Hello from Minnesota, where it is 23 below zero. Yes, and a wind chill of something like 55 below. Sounds like a perfect time to make sausage to me. Well, today I am going to make my sausage number 9 for you. Now, I've been hesitant to do this recipe because it's one I developed from the ground up. Now, it's called sausage number 9 because I went through 9 iterations of this recipe before I came up with the one that worked for us. So therefore, it's called sausage number 9. The reason I'm hesitant is because I really want to enter this recipe in some sort of contest sometime. I've never done that, but this seems like the perfect recipe to do that with. In 2012, I started developing my sausage recipes, and the reason I got into sausage is because I wanted to get away from all of the MSG and other additives that they put in commercial foods. I just didn't want that to be a part of my diet anymore. I started with sausage recipe number 1 that tasted like salt, went to number 2 that tasted like garlic, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I really started finding the ingredients and the measurements that would work for my sausage. It's so versatile, it can be used for anything. It can be used for breakfast sausage, it can be used for spaghetti, it can be used for grilled sausage and onion, that kind of thing. Oh, I'm going to give you about measurements rather than specific measurements because it does differ from person to person, and also I kind of want to keep it a tiny bit secret. Okay, let's do this. So in this recipe you'll need 4 pounds of pork, a good quality pork. I use country pork ribs because they're really fatty, and you want the fat. You want about a pound of pork fat. You can't have a sausage without a good pork fat. You need about 4 teaspoons of salt, 3 teaspoons of black pepper, 2 to 3 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 or more or less teaspoon of red pepper flake, 1 to 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 large garlic cloves minced, 1 teaspoon of anise seed, 2.5 to 3 teaspoons of fennel. So the first thing we're going to do is blend all our spices together and chop our meat. I'll show you a little bit of that and then we'll move on to the grinding. You've seen me grind meat before in episode 20. Yay, 20! So I'll show you a little bit of that process as well, but I don't think it's necessary that you watch me grind 4 pounds of meat and a pound of fat. So here we go. Salt, pepper, onion powder, red pepper flake, garlic powder, minced garlic, anise seed, and fennel. So into about 1-inch chunks. This pork already has a great deal of fat, so that's good. You gotta have some fat in your sausage, otherwise it's dry and not very palatable. Okay, I'm gonna finish cutting the rest of the pork and then we'll work on the pork fat after that. So I'm going to cut the pork fat into smaller chunks. Usually when it's going through the grinder, the meat might get warmed by the motor of the grinder, and so smaller chunks go through faster, and that way the pork fat won't melt. So let's do that. And here's the last of the 1 pound of pork fat. Here it is. I'm going to spread this out on a pan so that I can get it outside to cool down, because cooler or chilled meat is a lot easier to grind than warm meat. Yes, actually I am going to take it outside because it's colder outside right now than it is in my freezer. Oh, that's heavy. Here we go. Outside. Stella, you want to go out? Look at that. I'm going to put this right here. Oh, that's heavy. Yeah, right there in the snow. That'll chill down in no time. Come on, pup. Go potty. Stella's like, no. Okay, let's go inside. Yeah, we'll stay inside. Oh, golly. So, the pork's been outside for just 10 minutes and it's nearly frozen. That's good for grinding, so we're in a good place. The first thing we're going to do is season the pork before we put it through the grinder. So let's do that. When I first started making sausage, I would grind all the meat up and then try to season it. Well, it's kind of hard to evenly distribute the seasonings in already ground meat. So this is why I started doing it this way. And I think I actually saw a YouTube video where they put the seasonings on first and then they ground the meat. It worked a lot better. So let's get grinding. I grind with the largest grinder blade. Well, that seems to be the end of it. There we have 5 pounds of pre-cooked pork sausage. I have to run to rehearsal right now, and when I get back, I'm going to stuff all of these into sausage casings. So I'll see you when I get back. Hi there, I'm back. I had a 4-hour rehearsal with 14 to 18-year-olds, and that was lovely. Now I'm glad to be home getting ready to make some sausage. So here's what we need. We need the sausage. We need sausage casings, and I have this really good sausage stuffer, hand crank sausage stuffer that I'm going to be using. The sausage casings are hog casings, 100% natural, best for Italian, bratwurst, barbecue-sized sausages. So the first thing we need to do is get the casings soaking for at least 30 minutes. Let's do that. The sausage casings are dried with salt. Not necessarily dried, but they're treated with salt, and that's why we have to soak them to get that salt off of there and make them pliable again. as well. They tie them in a nice little knot so they don't get tangled, but they get tangled. So we're going to set our timer for 30 minutes, then we're going to come back and get stuffing some sausage. There we go. So when the sausage casings are ready, we'll put them on here, and then I will start shooting out sausages. We have about 8 minutes left, and these are coming along quite well. Once the timer goes off, we will rinse them. We'll put some water right through one of the ends and let it fill up and see if we have any holes in it, and then we'll string it onto our stuffer. Okay, that's 30 minutes. Let's pull one out and see if we can get it going. So I need to find the end. Lost it. Can't find it. There it is. Okay, I'm going to scoot this on my sink. We're going to make sure it doesn't have any holes. Looks like we're good. I don't see any leaking. Oh, that's a long one. All right. So we'll start with that one, and let's get stuffing. When we run water through it, it also ensures that we get the salt out of the inside as well. There we go. Okay, come on. All right. Okay, finally got that on. Here we go. Time to start stuffing. Oh, hey, there we go. Okay, I want to tie this off right away. All right. I twist right away out of the stuffer because I don't have these skills. I'm not that good at it. I just have a good tasting recipe. This part is the part that I struggle with a little bit. It'd be so much easier if I knew how to do this, but that's all right. Oops, there's my first and hopefully my last break. Looks like that's the end of this anyway, so So I am going to stuff the rest of this sausage, and I will be back to you when I'm done. So this is what 5 pounds of pork sausage looks like. What are you doing? Go away. She's such a good puppy. She smells the pork sausage and she wants to taste it, but no. Well, there it is, 5 pounds of pork sausage. I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so you can be notified when I'm coming back into your